Hey, Max.
Lorenzo. How's it going?
It's going right now.
What does that mean?
Well, first of all, Happy New Year.
Is it?
Yeah, well, it's a new year.
Yeah.
You know, the happiness part we'll have to see. But
I do like sevens, though. Like it's 2017.
Oh,
I think
do you?
sevens are very sexy. I think they look like chicks.
Wow.
Sevens. So it's always been a cool number to me. So that's what I like so far about the year.
Well,
is
guess
that there's
what?
a 7 in it. Yeah.
Well, this is episode 7.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wow. So this is going to be the sexy episode?
Yeah,
Wow.
well, I don't know about that.
Well, I don't think so,
It's
yeah.
going to be one weird fetish if someone has their pants around their ankles and they're jerking their joint to this one. But hey, more power to you. I don't discriminate against your sexual fetish, listener.
We actually kind of encourage it.
Absolutely.
Well, should we just get into the meat of the shit?
Well, I just found out that my beloved pug, Mickey, has cancer just now. And the thing about it is he's very old, but we don't know how old. And whenever anyone asks, well, how old is he? It's very frustrating because I know people, especially people that don't know or own dogs, don't understand. But when you rescue a dog, it doesn't come with a birth date. It's always just like, you don't know what is inside this dog. You don't know what is going on with its organs. You don't know how long it's been on this godforsaken shit-fuck toilet of a planet. You get no information. So the course of time, first of all, you get the dog. When you rescue a dog, you go to the rescuer. And there's a quick little meet and greet. You have to go off your instincts. Well, Jesus, that's a really cute dog. I don't know if he's going to shit in the bed. I don't know if he's going to piss on the floor. I don't know if he's going to barf. I don't know if he has pancreatitis. I don't know if he has cancer. I don't know if he has this. I don't know if he has that. I don't know if he's going to get along with my other pug, Malcolm.
Right. It's like going on a first date.
Yeah, you
know?
don't know anything.
You go by looks and you go by, am I going to connect with this being?
Right.
But the being could go and have all kinds of shit.
You are going from a first date to a marriage if you choose
right then
this
and there.
animal.
You're taking them home to live with them.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And I've had...
Like a mail order bride or something.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I've had a lot of dogs, and I have worshipped them all, but Mickey the pug, who we suspect maybe 12 to 14, I don't know. Listen, I've had him, gosh, even though it's only been about 5 years, going on 6 years, it really does feel like, I don't know, 12, 13, 20 years. And he is unusual because of all the dogs that I've had, and I think he comes closest to Lily, and I love Malcolm. Malcolm's just a different kind of dog. Malcolm is the lovable Galumph. He's the Lenny from Of Mice and Men. I just want to pet the rabbits, George. You know, he's a lummox, he's a goofball, he's overweight, he's on a fat boy diet, but he's so full of love. We call him our tank. We call him, like you said, our rock. And he is, without a doubt, the unsung hero of the family. Because every time with the past 2 pugs who have been the most major dogs in my life, Lily and Mickey, he's been the reliable bodyguard, the standby, the over here, he doesn't have the problems that these other dogs had. But the problem with Mickey that's killing me the most, that's absolutely tearing my soul apart, is that I don't think, and Lily comes pretty close, probably the closest, I've never had an animal love me as much as I love them. Like,
You felt the
me.
love from Mickey more than your other pugs?
No, it's not about that. It's his love for me.
That's what I'm saying. You felt the love from Mickey.
Yeah. Like, Lily had her attitude, and she, would have to have her space and all that, because she was a chick, which is understandable. Malcolm, he's always got to plop right down into my lap like a boulder, and that's fine. I can't sit down without 2 black pugs jumping into my lap. But Mickey worships me. He is so loyal and so good to me. He's always right there. Now, that could be he's a Velcro pug. He's a troubled, emotionally battered animal. I mean, God knows where he came from. When we rescued him, he was dropped off at the rescuer, and he had to have 14 teeth pulled out of his head because his mouth was rotten, which we took care of.
Right from the get-go.
Right from the start. That was before we found out all of his other problems. But even my wife admits that no living creature in the history of my personal existence has been as loyal as Mickey.
Wow.
So you can imagine how devastating getting the news right before I showed up here. He's just across the street at an animal hospital.
Right as we're taping this.
Right as I wanted to bring him in here.
I remember.
He was going to be a guest on the show
He
today.
was going to be, the tank of the show.
Correct. But he usually goes to a hospital or a veterinary clinic also out in Studio City, where I live. I don't live out here in fucking West LA. I hate it down here. I hate it down here like you hate the Valley. This fucking place. These people out here. Bunch of snobs. Although I do like Santa Monica.
Santa Monica's very good.
And Venice. I do like where you live.
Well,
I just don't like this West Hollywood.
All right, you can come over again.
Ugh. So, anyway, I'm just really rattled, and, I don't want to be a bummer, but at the same time, I gotta be me, and this is what's going on. It's coming out of my pores. I'm actually amazed I'm not bawling right now, and I think it's because I cried in the parking lot before I came here.
Did you really?
I did.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, it's brave of you to share that with us and to just kind of vent. But I have to say also, it's also obviously very terrible of your pet or any pet that, is going to get cancer and probably, has a finite number of months to live. But the dog lived years longer than it should, because I've personally seen you give it shots in the ass, special food, sleeping with it, waking up at 2 a.m. when it has a seizure, calming it down, giving it meds for years. So you were a doctor.
He's not an it, he's a he, but yes, I know.
Okay, all right.
You were there.
I was there when he had
Lorenzo and
seizures.
I were watching, when he had his first grand mal seizure, Lorenzo and I were watching Paranormal Activity.
That's very true.
And Mickey and Malcolm were out on the patio, and all of a sudden we're sitting there, we've had a lot of wine, we're sitting there in the dark like a couple of freaks watching this, ghost story, and all of a sudden there's this boom outside.
And the dog is literally flipping up and down in the air.
Grandma.
It was crazy.
So I had to get the rectal syringe and fill his ass with a sedative, which I did.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I was
I'm holding him down.
You're holding him down.
And you're giving him the shot in the ass, which actually did work.
Yeah.
But, I guess looking back, all those things you did were just Band-Aids to,
Yeah, he has pancreatitis, and now, we found out over the weekend that he has a mass on his pancreas, which is shooting all of this insulin. Listen, no one cares about this, but the point is, the dog is very sick, and he does have it's called insulinoma, and it's a cancer, and he's been coughing these past few months too. So we took him in for that and gave him cough suppressants. Well, that's because we believe that the cancer now, the specialist today, has spread into his lungs.
Oh, wow.
It's on his liver. Surgery, out of the question. I am not cutting my baby's abdomen open and putting him through that insufferable hell of recuperation and then chemo.
And the possibility is he's so old, like an old person, he might not survive the surgery.
He's not going to survive. And
he's got to be at least 11 or 12 years old.
How selfish would that be of me? I love him and I want him around, but I would never do that to him. Oh, dude, when we had to say goodbye to Lily, which was ruinously shattering, also in January, ironically enough, but I think we can keep him around for a few more months. But when we had to put her down, we had a guy come to our house.
Wow.
He comes in and he gives the 3 shots. One mellows you out, and then one kind of stops your breathing, and then one stops your heart, or something like that. And then he takes her away in a basket, and, a week later, you get a bag of ashes in the mail.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds so clinical.
I know.
It's like, okay, here's your dog, bye.
Yeah. But I think that's what, that's what we're going to probably have to do with Mick. But
wow. Well, I'm very, very sorry. I mean, it's a terrible way to start off this year, and it's a terrible way to start a podcast.
No, it's not. It's, people can shut it off if they want. They don't want to fucking listen, but
I'm seeing the anguish on your face right now.
Yeah.
And as you're saying this, you look terrible.
I'm just like, wow, man, there's so many horrible, awful beings on this planet, and how come my Mickey has to be so sick and suffer? It just...
Because the good in all living creatures,
right?
They die young. Donald Trump will live forever. He'll be 117.
Donald Trump.
But well, the positive thing is you have another love of your life. You have well, besides
Malcolm.
your wife, you got Malcolm.
Yep.
You give all your attention to Malcolm.
Yep. He's great.
He's going to basically just say, well, what happened to my friend? But he'll get over it, and he
will.
And you'll just have to basically make sure Malcolm is comfortable and happy. And
You mean Mickey or Malcolm?
Malcolm.
Yeah, well, they will both be comfortable and
Yes.
happy. They are the most ridiculously spoiled pugs. Everyone knows it. Mickey is a bit of a superstar. He's got a lot of fans because I do a lot of videos and pictures of the boys.
I know. I've seen him all over your travels too. You take him everywhere.
I take him everywhere, and yeah, we just took over New Year's. We were in Cayucas, we were in the Central Coast, and we were schlepping them around to wineries, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
But there was, you could tell that something was off with Mickey.
Yeah.
And once you place him on the beach and he just doesn't even want to sniff and piss all over seaweed, you know that there's something wrong. So. And you know, I don't have kids, so talk about spoiled. Because Mickey was having such a hard time walking, Lorenzo, we bought him a dog stroller. I put him in a dog stroller. When I brought him over to the VCA today, he was in a stroller. No one else had a dog stroller.
Right.
Dogs were walking with like 3 legs and hobbling in, and just dogs are being rushed into the ER.
You got a doggy limo.
He has a black Cadillac. It's got a little bowl and a bottle of water that I put in there. It's got shit bags. It's got a purple towel because purple's his color.
Do you put a little bonnet on him like a little newborn?
No, I don't do that. But I slept in a black T-shirt the past couple nights. I put that in there to give him comfort because, you know, dogs, they love to curl up in your dirty clothes.
Yeah, like you do.
Yeah. I like to curl up in my wife's dirty panties, but that's another thing. But yeah, I just man, oh man, I'm hurting. But I said, no way am I going to bail on this, because I'm having fun.
Well,
talking to you.
You too. But part of me thought that you were going to bail, and that would have been fine.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't know what was going to happen.
I've been pretty reliable.
Well, you never had a dog with cancer the day of the recording.
I've never had.
So that's a different issue.
No, the day of the recording.
Yeah,
I mean,
like an hour before.
An hour before.
You found out. So it's cool. It's cool. I'm glad you're here, and we're drinking wine, and I'm going to do a toast to Mickey. Mickey, I've spent many hours with you on my lap also.
Ooh, yes, you have.
With stinky breath and stinky bodies and Grand Mal seizures.
Hey, wait a second.
We love you.
You bitched about that, and I made sure to give them baths before you hang out with
That's
them.
true. But there were a couple of days that it was pretty
Malcolm's
bad.
breath is abhorrent.
Yeah, it's true.
Before we get to you, I'd like to bring up something.
Bring up something.
Let's see. I'm going to do it this way. So, someone posted a review of our show.
Of our show?
You didn't read this?
I mean, someone's actually listening?
You didn't read this.
I don't think so.
Wow.
Lay it on me. Good or bad?
No, it's fine.
Oh, good.
I'm pretty sure I know who it is, but...
I'll take a positive review.
Hey, what happened? Where'd it go?
It was so great it disappeared.
I was in my search. I'm going to be editing this part out. Oh, here we go. Okay, reviews. Ready?
Yeah.
How is it you didn't see this?
I don't know.
We have not received... Okay, here we go. Okay, ready? Okay. 4 stars out of 5. Not bad, right?
Right.
The hosts complement each other well. I'd agree with that.
Okay.
While Cook is a bit more manic and over the top at times, Scott seems very grounded, providing a nice balance. You see, I don't think that's very fair. First of all, you don't say anything on the show. I do all the fucking talking. So why are you getting, you're the nice balance guy? That's no insult to Cook, the writer writes. He provides a lot of energy and humor. Oh, thanks. Their guests so far, 6 eps in, have been very entertaining. I'm hoping they'll eventually evolve and go a little bit deeper with questions and explore some topics off the beaten path. Dude, I will talk about anything. I'll talk about anything. You want to talk about shoving farm fresh eggs up your asshole? Let's go.
All right. I don't have much to offer, but if you want to talk about scrambled or hard-boiled or something.
Here we go. Ready? Continuing on with the review. Mr. Cook seems exceedingly interested in things he's interested in, which feels like it'll be fun to hear, while Mr. Scott feels like the guy you wouldn't mind having a beer or 3 with. What?
I get a 3-way?
You?
Wow.
This guy wants to have beers with you, not me.
Oh, my God.
That's not very fair.
Well, it's not about being fair. It's like...
But it's just, I went through this with Adam and Mimosa. Adam just seems so cool. He just seems so groovy. He just seems like the guy you want to hang with. Max, he's just a fucking maniac. Yeah, I'm providing the fucking content here.
That wasn't manic at all. Was that an iTunes review?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I didn't see that.
No, thank you.
Whoever you are.
Thank you, whoever you are. And I think I know who you are, but
I guess.
Seriously, to take the time to write a review and give us
is great.
4 stars is amazing.
Thanks for taking the time and being honest. And we'll talk later about the 3-way.
Surprisingly, I've gotten a few people say, "Hey, what's going on with the show? Is there a new one soon?" And,
nice.
And I've had to say, "Hey, we're recording one on 1/11,
oh, great.
17, which is today."
Yeah. It's fantastic. Now, I have to say that this is going to be episode 7. I will get it up as soon as possible. But we are recording in my studio in West LA.
Right.
New changes.
Big changes.
I came in last weekend. Everybody on everybody's door had a flyer. You have to relocate.
Yeah.
The building is being sold.
Get out.
Everybody get out.
Out.
So I have to find a new studio.
Yeah.
And set it all up. And it's going to take a while. So either we find another location to do this, and I think we might, maybe your house or my house, or there might be a little bit of a lull between episode 7 and episode 8. So if you're listening and episode 8 doesn't happen for a little while, we're very sorry.
Yeah, I don't think they get that impatient, but Jesus, get over yourself. No, but
we'll find a new location.
And you found
soon.
a new studio space.
Well, I think so. I think it's going to work. It's a smaller room.
Yeah,
but
in typical Lorenzo fashion, I know you would express concern, like, "Oh shit, I'm being kicked out of my studio."
Yeah.
But of course, the next day you found a new studio.
Well, the next couple of days, something came up, and I think it's going to work.
Yeah.
But I also have a rock band in there, so I have to have the room for them, room for what we do, and get it all set up. So I think it's going to happen, but just bear with us, people.
The Girl and the Glory is your band, and now you've started to do shows. And what's awesome is I had no idea you were performing in North Hollywood because you didn't even tell me.
Well, number one, it's our first gig, and I'll be honest with you.
What does that mean?
Well,
you want to get people in the house, or
it's our first show. It's going to be a train wreck. We haven't even done it. I'll tell you, it's tomorrow. We're gigging tomorrow. Tomorrow's the very, very first show. You want to come? Come.
I can't come tomorrow.
Well, fuck you.
I thought you already did a show.
No.
The one that's in North Hollywood?
Tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't make that.
I hate when people come. I don't invite anybody because we're good and the songs are tight, but the first show is always a train wreck. So I want my friends to come when we've learned how to pull it off.
But is that fair to the club or to the band? Because if
don't
you
care.
show up,
it's fair to the band. I don't care about the club.
If you show up with no butts in the seats, no one there to buy alcohol, why would I, as a club owner, want to have you back?
Because we're good, and they want good bands in the club. Even if we draw 5 people, which I think we will. I have spent years in good bands and drawing nobody in this frickin' town. LA is so frickin' hard.
Yeah.
But if you're really, really good, they want you to play. So I have been working very hard to make sure the songs are really, really good.
Right.
And I just worry about the draw later.
Listen.
Fucking drummers.
Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Yep, that's funny.
Yeah.
There's a guy drumming right next to
as we speak. But, that's just the way it goes. But I didn't invite you or actually anybody purposely because it's show number 1. Show number 3 and on, you're going to know.
Okay, does everyone else in the band have that policy?
Probably not.
Okay, good.
They're probably going to invite all their friends, and that's great.
I'm with them. I think that's what you should do.
All right.
I think this whole one show, see how it goes, we suck thing is...
No, we don't suck. It's just...
I just think it's no matter how much experience you've had in bands, and you've had a ton of club experience.
Yeah.
I also have had a ton of experience in theater and getting people to come see me and shit and da-da-da. I get it. But you got to change your attitude on that.
But let me ask you, would you invite all your friends to the dress rehearsal of a new play?
You know what I would do? I would hire a room Amps has a huge room, okay? Your dress rehearsal is at Amps. We performed at Amps together in our REM cover band.
Yeah.
There's a stage.
Yeah.
There's a gigantic room. Invite friends to that for a little reception.
That's actually a really good idea. It's too late, but because we're digging already.
Right. But wouldn't it be something to just have one night only? Come to Amps.
Yeah.
You got a cooler full of beer,
Right.
and some wine going, and you're inside that room. The air's kicking in, and you perform your set for your closest peeps and get some feedback.
That's a great idea. Set that up and I'll come.
Woo! Wait. I'm going down the street. I'm doop-a-doo. Forget it. You need more wine? I know I do.
Drunken self-loathing hip-hop.
I still have to. I hate my face. I hate my life. The only thing I got is a good-ass wife. These drums I'm kicking, I'm really lame. You know what? Tomorrow will be the same. I make no money. Yes, I do. No, I don't. What am I going to do? Okay, that was terrible.
That was really bad.
All right, so New Year's. I hate New Year's.
Well, it's always...
I think it's a terrible holiday. I don't want to be
Yeah.
reminded that there's another year of fucking life to live. I don't want to stare down another year where, like, all of a sudden... Well, my birthday's in August. When's yours? November?
No, April.
April. Shit, that's right. Oh, wow. I don't want to be reminded that I'm going to be,
A year older.
Yeah.
A year trying to get gigs and,
Yeah.
trying to get...
Oh, yeah, hustling. Are you
Oh,
kidding?
yeah, the hustle and the whole thing. But, and this is where I get caught up even with you. What is coming up in the world of Max Koch?
That is a terrible question.
Okay.
No, I mean, look, I continue to work now and again, which is great. I'm definitely taking it up a notch with the acting and all that. But look, the substantial things are I'm actually I've already started filming my dog Mickey. Like, I'm going to make a little documentary about him and his passing.
A documentary?
A documentary. I love that.
Thank you.
I wonder if that's been coined. If not,
It just did.
Well, I love it, and then I've got that documentary I'm working on about my high school drama teacher.
Yeah, I want to hear about that, Mr. Corelli.
Well, I can't, and there's not much to discuss, but
is it too early to unveil
a little bit. I'm editing it, and it's been a great experience. But again, it's like, wow, can I just stick with my instincts and not try to include other people to make this thing happen? Because part of it is, and he'll never listen to this, so it's okay. But part of it is, I want this story to be about me going to see my drama teacher from high school and telling him to his face how much he meant to me. And we filmed that, and it was beautiful. Then I was thinking, wow, I'm not alone. He's got scores of other people who had the same experience with
famous and not famous.
Correct. So I thought, wow, wouldn't it be interesting to kind of pepper in throughout the doc testimonials from people? And I reached out to so far maybe 8 folks, and I got one response. I mean an actual video response. And then I filmed a friend, and then everyone who promised me that they were going to do something either have not come through.
They bailed on you.
Well, I don't know, but I'm not going to go chasing these people. They have the information. They know what I needed from them. I provided a very clear-cut description of what I wanted from them. Oh, yeah, that sounds great. And then one guy came at me the other day. Hey, did you still want that thing? No, I've totally moved on to a whole new documentary now, so don't even worry about it. Like, yeah, I want the fucking thing. But now I'm so turned off by the idea. And I've had... Let's see, I reached out to at least 3 or 4 people who've known me almost my whole life, and they haven't gotten back to me. You know it's bad when they haven't gotten back to you.
So your vision is being a bit curtailed, and you
Correct.
can't wait for everybody, so you're like, fuck it, I'm going to edit this thing.
I'm going to edit it without them and without them.
Without all the other people saying how great he is.
Yeah.
Which makes it more about your point of view,
Right,
basically.
but I was trying to spread the love.
I understand, but they don't want the love spread on them.
Well, no, the people who said they did certainly want to be a part of it. Oh, yeah, I want to film myself talking about how much I love this guy. I'm on it. Dead silence.
Right.
It just, we were talking about this town and the degree of flakiness. And that just triggered that in me. It's just like, show up or shut up. Don't dangle carrots in my face. Don't tell me, yeah, I want to be a part of this. I don't have the patience for it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I don't want to count on anybody. This is why I want to be just a lone wolf McQuaid. However, with you've been fucking awesome with this thing. You came to me and said, I want to do this. And we do it. And then a few days later, you send me the file and we go through it. And then you post it. And you do the work.
Yeah.
You're sitting here doing the work.
I'm not a
You've been
flake.
reliable.
I'm a reliable guy.
Well,
I'm the kind of guy you want to have a beer with.
I swear to God, if you wind up having a beer with the guy who wrote that review, I ain't coming. You go have your little beer together. Let's see how exciting that'll be.
I'm having one with you. That's fine. Thank you.
Anyhow, so as far as like what's coming up, I don't know. Listen, you and I and Brett Pearson's recorded a song. And
Yeah, what's happening with that?
we need to do that. So that's on the docket.
You've teased me. We've actually teased our listeners about this.
I know.
And we haven't really said much about it. It could be really, really cool, but it's been kicked off to the corner.
No. Well, listen, the holidays hit. And
Yeah,
then,
that's true.
Everything got so jammy and crammy and slowed down, and then
That's what the holidays do. That's
They
why
do.
I hate them. You get in this momentum,
Yeah.
and you work on your projects, and all of a sudden it just
Boom!
comes to a halt. And
Yeah.
everything, you hit a brick wall, and then you're supposed to have fun. Where you're in the back of your mind, you're really thinking about the project that you just stopped doing.
Yeah.
You want the holidays to be over so you can just get back to fucking work.
Yeah.
And then you sort of get into a stupor.
Yeah, and then January is such a slump because it's sort of like the car's been parked in the driveway all
the
winter.
engine's all cold, and there's no gas in there.
God damn it, motherfucker! That's what we're doing right now.
Right.
But get this fucking year going.
This podcast is our new gas.
And then your dog gets cancer and
Yeah.
you want to kill yourself. But you can't kill yourself because you got to take care of your dog until the end. I will tell you something. Even though things slowed down during the holidays, between Christmas and New Year's, dude, I saw X at the Roxy.
What? The band X?
Yeah.
They reformed all original members?
All the original members
Wow.
had a special run of shows.
Was it like invitation only or open to the public?
Well, it was a opening night of I think a 4 or 5 night run with
Wow.
with different opening acts.
What a great treat. I
But,
love X.
Yeah, my friend Eric totally hooked it up because I'm a punk rock fiend, and it was so funny because you mentioned you'd seen them.
Yeah.
When did you see them?
I saw them New Year's Eve at a small club in West LA that's now a restaurant.
Wow.
Called the Alligator Lounge.
Okay.
And this is, 1990?
Wow.
Maybe late 80s. And it was great. It was fantastic.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Well, listen, this exclusive night, courtesy of my friend, who's he's a serious punk rocker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though he's middle-aged like us, this dude was standing there ready to start a mosh pit.
Right.
He's looking for the opportunity. I'm like, you're in your early 50s now. You cannot be doing this. He's like, fuck that. I'm getting in there. It's pretty hilarious. But oh my gosh, the ticket meant that you got to see their sound check, which we saw.
Wow.
You got a poster. One's like the band posters you used to have hanging here in the studio that's
Yeah.
now being scrapped. Signed by all the band members.
Cool.
Buttons, whatever, like a whole little gift bag, and then the show. But I got to tell you, man, even more exciting to me personally than X, and I love X, was Mike Watt of the Minutemen.
Really? Was he opening?
He was the opener with his band, the Second Men, and they do Minutemen songs,
Oh,
but it's two other guys.
I love the name.
It's not D. Boone and George Hurley.
Right.
It's two other dudes.
Did they bring it?
Oh, my God, dude. Fucking Mike Watt was so awesome. He shows up. Talk about an old guy. He's got, like, silver hair. He's super tall, but he's still got his fucking torn-up Levi's.
Right.
He's got
Plaid
his
shirt.
Plaid flannel shirt.
Right.
Glasses. And he had his bass, slung on his back. And if you ever heard Mike Watt, he kind of talks like this. And he's from San Pedro, right? So when he's not playing music, he's down in San Pedro with Henry Rollins out on his kayak doing his podcast. So he shows up dude, it was like 2 minutes before he hit the stage. He shows up limping with his glasses wee-jawed on his face.
Did he fall down?
With his back, yeah, he may as well have. With his bass strapped to his back, wearing one of those shiny, what's that fish stick with the fisherman on the cover? And the yellow hood, when you a sea slicker, like when you go out to sea,
like a rain slicker.
Yeah, it was like a raincoat,
right?
that a fisherman would wear, because he's from Pedro.
Maybe he just came off his kayak.
So he just hops on the stage, and Mike's a bassist, so boom doom 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 boom 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 doom 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 doom. This dude was shredding and singing the D Boon lyrics.
Yeah.
Sirius has a heart attack! It was so fucking cool. But here's the problem, because there's always going to be a problem when it's me. Dude, I have not been to a show in a club where I am standing on a hardwood floor for 4 hours.
4 hours.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. It gets you right behind the knees.
Yep.
I hate that.
Lorenzo, my calves were rotten for days.
But it is worth it.
It's worth it.
That show was worth it.
That show is worth it. But it was hot, and people are pressing up against you, and I am not a people person.
Right.
And I got to tell you, there were a few times where, like, a hot chick's ass was pressing up against my crotch.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. No, this is miserable, because it's just so hot, and everyone's so crammy and sweaty. And then I start to go into another place in my head where everything starts to slow down. Like, even though I wasn't on drugs or anything, because I don't do drugs, but, I had a few beverages, but everything started to slow down, and the music was so loud that I was going deaf. I was deaf when I walked out of the club.
Ringing in the ears. You didn't wear earplugs?
I was deaf. No.
Oh, dude, you got to wear earplugs.
Dude, I think I damaged my hearing.
Oh, shit.
It has taken a few weeks to come back, but I'm like, fuck it, it's punk rock,
Right.
But no, man, but as I was standing there and everything, that's when I start to look over at the guy next to me, and he's screaming, and you see the saliva strings going up and down, but because you're not in a chair, the saliva string is right there.
Yeah.
And spit is flying out of his face, and sweat is spitting out of his pores.
It's a punk show.
And you can smell his hot, garlicky, oniony fart breath. And I got to tell you, man, it was a bad experience at that
It's
point.
like you're not 16. You feel like you are. I'm seeing X and the second men, but after a while, it's like, you know what? I want to see this in a nice private suite.
I want to see it at the Greek.
That's exactly, with my own waitress.
Dude, I had box seats for The Cure. It was one of the greatest nights of my life.
Because you're taken care of like a fucking king.
Hollywood Bowl, baby. I didn't touch anyone but my wife and the creepy chick in the box.
Fucking spoiled prince.
I really am. Oh my god. But dude, no, that fucking show, it's so funny. Yeah, 16, man. 16, I saw the Violent Femmes in combat boots and a bathrobe at the Hollywood Palladium, and I jumped it. It was the only first and last time I was ever in a mosh pit was that show. But
so at the Roxy, at this past show, there was no mosh pit.
No.
Everyone was too old.
Everyone's too old.
It was like a slosh pit. They're kind of like sort of rubbing against each other, but they're too old to really go for it.
Yeah, I'm serious as a heart attack too.
Exactly.
Nausea, bloody red ass. So, what was I talking about? Oh, no, in the fucking mosh pit where there would be punk rockers, there's like a guy with a giant Canon camera trying to get really good photos of X. That ain't punk rock. And Exene and John Doe, oh my god. They're so cool. And Exene's a grandma now. I mean,
Is
my
she
God.
really? But you know what? She must be a grandma with the most edgiest attitude ever. Because
she was
she's
so
all
cool.
about attitude.
Yeah.
No, she hasn't lost her attitude.
No,
she was on stage and she was like, she's captivating.
And her attitude was fantastic. And she's 60 and John Doe's 64.
Right.
And he's got all of his iconography. You know, he wears the cowboy punk shirts and like the fucking bolo tie and the leather jacket. And he still has the pompadour. And it was just so cool.
It sounds like a great show, dude.
We had so much fun. I mean, seriously. Again, my friend, like, I would watch him, and he's kind of a short, sort of. He looks like he'd be on the short bus. He's a little special needs. No, he's brilliant. He's my friend Eric, but he kind of jumped in a few times, and I kept looking at him. He's looking back at me. I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna get in there, and he never really managed to start anything.
Yeah. Well.
And it didn't help that the way the Roxy is designed when you walk in. There are two carpeted pathways, and then there's the main floor.
Right.
And then there's the silver lounge where, you can go and sit and be waited on. That's where I wanted to be. That's where I thought we'd be. But if you even step a heel onto the carpeted pathway, you got the ushers coming up, pushing you back into the crowd.
Right.
I fucking hated that. I can't do it.
There's got to be a show for punk over 50.
I want to see The Descendants. Did I show you that doc about The Descendants?
We saw it. It was fantastic.
Milo, yeah.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah.
All that stuff was great. And because, I've said this before, that modern music just fucking sucks.
Yeah.
That you see all those other people that just have attitude, great songs, and they still bring it in their 60s. They just run right over all the young bands right now that are so corporate and they just want to make money and they don't know much about songwriting and there's no attitude and it makes you just even appreciate all that old stuff even more.
Absolutely.
I love that stuff. So it's inspiring. Maybe that's what this new year should be, is just rediscovering all the quality old stuff, that the new stuff is fucking crap.
Yeah.
And going back to basics. And realizing that what you were into in the beginning was actually the road you should have still be on. And, just to appreciate where we've come from.
Yeah, I mean, on a complete similar note, but different from punk rock. So Kate Bush, she did a show in 2014 now. It was called Before the Dawn, and she only performed in London because she's like a female Stanley Kubrick.
Right.
She won't come to the States. She won't fly. She won't this. She's got all kinds of issues. But I got Nicole that one of the Christmas gifts was that, because I got Nicole into Kate Bush.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm a
Nicole
Kate Bush
never.
fan.
I know you are.
Yeah.
Nicole never really appreciated her, but now she does. But I love Kate and always have. So it's funny that you say go back to the old stuff, because she put out this live record called Behind the Dawn, Before the Dawn, and it's 3 discs. Dude, it's some of the most transporting, atmospherically magnificent. Like, I can't even imagine what this stuff must have looked like on stage. But she redid a lot of her old songs, but then there's a lot of new stuff that doesn't grab me as much as the old stuff. Mm-hmm. But we've been listening to that a lot, and especially driving up and down the Central Coast.
Right.
Listening to that.
Well, she's great, and she's inspiring, and she inspired a lot of female vocalists, whether they admit it or not.
Real groundbreaker.
She is, and she's one of my faves. And it's also amazing, at least in America, how many people have never heard of her.
Yeah.
So if you're listening and you want to discover somebody new, or at least new for you, but that's been around for almost 40 years.
Yeah.
Her name is Kate Bush, and Kate Bush was discovered when she was 15 years old by
David Gilmour.
Yeah. That's right.
Come in with the cootie light in the morning. Come in with the cooking gleam.
Yeah.
You know her song.
He knew that she was
Make a deal
really
with God and begin to swallow places. We run up that road. That's the big hit.
Yeah.
But you were saying about Gilmour.
No, I'm just saying that he knew that he saw something special.
Yeah.
And he's the one that got her signed.
You think he fucked her?
She was pretty hot when she was young.
Oh my God. She was a dancer.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
I don't know if David Gilmour ever got into. I'm not going to say what I'm thinking.
Let's not say that, but that would be something.
Yeah.
And Peter Gabriel, she was a frequent. She was like a female Peter Gabriel as well.
She's in that whole scene.
She collaborated with that dude.
If you don't know about her and you love that kind of arty, really cool, deep kind of songwriting, you'll like her. So that's really cool. I will come over. I'll bring wine and we'll watch at least one DVD of that.
Oh well, she hasn't put it out on DVD yet.
Oh, what's it? I see you said 3 CDs. Oh, CDs.
3 CDs. Yeah.
Oh, not DVDs.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll listen.
Yeah. Well, no, I still have to show you that Roger Waters wall show.
Yeah, we got to see that too. Yeah,
great.
There's a lot to do.
Yeah,
there's a lot for us to hang
all right,
out.
so there are some good things to look forward to this
year.
There
are. Don't be so bleak. I mean, again, I'm sorry about your dog.
Thanks.
It is incredibly sad. You gave it a great life. And
stop calling it an it. This is why you have no love for animals.
I love
You're
animals.
pretending to be a guy who loves animals.
No,
He's a him. He's not an it. He's a living little creature with a soul and a spirit.
I agree.
And a heart. And if you look into his big, beautiful brown eyes, you will melt. You will dissolve. He is superior to all of us.
And on that note, Max.
Dude.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, buddy.
We've done episode 7. I wish peace for you.
Oh, thank you.
I wish you to be less manic. And just be calm.
I want people to want to have a beer with me.
I hope that you become that beer.
Actually, you know what? I'm glad they don't want to have a beer with me because I don't want to meet anyone anymore.
No, you hate people.
I do.
I know. We've actually covered that before. I don't see that changing in the new year.
Who am I going to hide with in the dark and watch movies? Where's my Mickey? I got to go pick him up, man.
All right.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Take care. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.